Hey y'all, so I am sitting on the floor of my office and I just kind of wanted to introduce this video a little bit. Hold on, fix my clip. So basically this video is going to be a meal prep with me, what I eat in a day for a reset. So basically the month of May was not so great in the weight loss world. I don't know if I lost any weight at all. I may have even gained a pound, but I'm not weighing myself right now because I think that would be detrimental to this journey, and the scale isn't the only indicator of health, obviously. So this month, at the beginning, my dad was in the hospital with COVID. My husband's birthday happened. I got sick is not the right word, but I was having in crazy pain like I've never felt in my arm and shoulder and neck. Didn't even know what's happening, but it finally went away after a couple days. So May wasn't good, and with food, I just kind of let myself do whatever. I'm not even gonna lie, and I ate whatever, and I'm not mad at myself though. I've never been a binge eater, so I didn't binge or anything, but when I would eat, it would just not be healthy. And I was laid in bed for several days with that pain, and then my depression crept in, I don't know, whatever the tense of that is. And so I ended up laying there for 5 days total when I should have lay there for 3. So I didn't eat very well this month at all. I exercised 3 weeks out of the 4 or 5 this month, I don't remember, but yeah, so I'm back on it. It's still May when you're seeing this video, but consider this my 5-month update. May sucked. I didn't do anything that I said I was gonna do. My goals just yeah, I did read a book, not 2 books, but I did read a book. I went to bed earlier than normal. My goal is to be in bed at 11 every night. I was close to that most, except for the weekend. So yeah, I did better. This morning I woke up at 6 with my husband, but I laid in bed, watched stuff on my phone, played on my phone, and then got up around 8. I know that's crazy, but that's so much better for me than what I was doing, which was I'd wake up at 8 and then lay in bed till 10. So, baby steps. Yeah, we're just taking baby steps. So anyway, this video is a reset. It is getting back on track, healthy eating, weight loss goals, all of that. So I guess I'll go ahead and share my June goals with you guys, since this is kind of a 5-month update. I don't even know what I'm going to title this video because I got so much in it. Y'all, this is going to be a long video, and I don't really do long videos, so ayo. Yeah, I'm going to lose 5 pounds in June. That's my goal. Read 2 books, be in bed by 11. Similar to my last month goals. Yeah, I may start doing a little bit of weights at home. I don't have a lot of stuff, but I do have some dumbbells and stuff, and may just start working with those a little bit more. I'm thinking about signing up for a hot yoga membership at our local studio. We love that studio. We love the people. We love the instructors. And my husband said that he thinks, it might be a good idea for me to go ahead and sign up for the unlimited pass. So we'll see if I do that in June. I don't know. I'm also thinking about getting my next tattoo in June or July. It's gonna go right here. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it's gonna be, but anyway. So yeah, I have big plans for June, and I think I've decided that once I hit the 50-pound mark, I'm gonna start showing my before, and we'll call them daring pictures, transformation pictures, because I have some that I never thought would see the internet, but maybe they will. I only have 2 really before pictures. I deleted the rest because it was oh, it was so bad. But I have one side view, and it just, I was so unhappy with myself, and I was so mad at myself, and I was in such a bad place, and yeah. So when I hit 50 pounds, I'm saying it in this video, I will share those with the internet. I'm gonna share that with the internet. Okay, anyway, enough blabbering. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you feel motivated to get back on track. If you've fallen off the wagon, the train, let's hop back on board. June is a new month. Today is a new day. Heck, I'm not even waiting until June to hop back on track. So yeah, we can do it. It's gonna be fine. The past happened. We're not gonna punish ourselves for it, okay? We just have, I may have a little more ground makeup from not losing, but it's all good. Okay, I'm done blabbering, I think. Okay, bye. I have planned out my week of things I need to do. I am about to go get a few groceries. I have most of the produce I need already from the farmer's market, so I just need to get a few things, literally like 4 or 5 things, and we'll be all set. I'm gonna do some meal prep today, just a few things I want to show you guys. I'll show you what I'm eating, and yeah, let's go ahead and get on with it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and start my meal prep. I haven't eaten anything yet, but that's okay. So the way that I meal prep these days is different than when I had my corporate job, and yeah, so, and just the way I eat now is a little bit different. So the way I meal prep is I don't actually make full meals, but I make components that come together to make full meals. So first thing I'm gonna go ahead and do, I'm gonna rinse these potatoes. Now I need to go to the store, but they don't open until 10, the Sam's Club, to get more potatoes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start with what I have here and cook these, because these are the ones left over from last week. So all I do is I wash these and I put them in my Instant Pot for 12 minutes on high pressure, and then I let them naturally release for like 10 minutes or so, and then I just go ahead and release it the rest of the way, and I just let them cool before I put them in the fridge. And I have some of these kind of containers for the fridge. So that's that, and then I'll show you how I make the ranch and strawberry vinaigrette. You're gonna want some strawberries, as it kind of, you know, seems obvious. These are on their way out. So these are older strawberries that are just not good anymore, like to eat. They're kind of soft and squishy and weird, but they make the perfect dressings. So all you need to make the strawberry vinaigrette are some strawberries, a little agave syrup, some red wine vinegar, and then I like to use some salt and pepper as well. So one like serving of this is 5, or one, not serving, but one batch is 5 strawberries, like 5 large strawberries. So I'm just gonna kind of see how many we end up with here. These are kind of small. Okay, so I have 14 small berries. Now something else I'll say, we'll say more like 13. I just cut the tops off of them because I have a high-speed blender. So if you're using like, well, food processor would be fine, but if you're using, you know, just regular blender, you may want to cut the strawberries a little smaller. Okay, and then per batch, you're gonna do a tablespoon or so of red wine vinegar. So I'm doing about like 2.5 batches, almost 3. So I'm gonna do 3 tablespoons because I like mine kind of tangy. I love tangy stuff. So just red wine vinegar. And you're like, what's the liquid besides that? Well, strawberries kind of make their own liquid. So also, if I seem kind of weird right now, it's not early by any means, but it's early for me. I've been really bad about getting up early, and it's, yeah. So I'm doing better though. Remember, restarting. Also, I'm just drinking a sparkling water. Okay, and then you want about 2 tablespoons of agave per thing. Now, since these strawberries are really sweet, kind of older, I'm probably gonna do more like 4 or 5. And I never measure, so I'm measuring for you guys, which is like a shock. And then I just do like a sprinkle of salt and pepper. You don't even have to do this, but I think it's weird to not. I've tried it both ways. And then all I'm gonna do is blend this, and it literally just takes like a couple pulses and you're all set. So that literally took like 30 seconds. And then I just have a jar here. This is just, I don't know, something came in it. And we're just gonna pour this guy, and this will last a week. It'll be good in the fridge all week. So, great way to use your leftover strawberries if you have any that are going bad. Okay, and that is our strawberry vinaigrette. Done. Okay, so now it's time to make our ranch. So this is 1 cup of cashews that I just soaked overnight in the fridge. And this recipe is loosely based off of Kiki's. I say loosely because I'm really bad at following recipes. So I'm gonna kind of, you know, freestyle it, but I'm making about double what she makes. So we're also gonna use, I probably should use my bigger blender for this, to be honest. Oh well. We're gonna start with 1 cup of plant milk, and this West soy just wanted to go everywhere. Oh my heavens. ounce. So I'm using West soy because the only ingredients are soybean, organic soybeans and water. And we're gonna start, like I said, with a cup of this. Now, you can make yours as tangy or not tangy as you like it. I'm gonna start with, instead of measuring out a bunch of tablespoons, which is what I usually do, I'm gonna start with apparently more than. I'm gonna start with a 1/4 cup of white vinegar. I buy it in this big container because I use a lot of vinegar. So, 1/4 cup of white vinegar. Then you're gonna use about, I say about a teaspoon of salt. I'll taste it later because I don't, again, measure very well. I'm just gonna add a little bit of pepper just because. We're gonna need some garlic powder. A couple teaspoons of that bad boy in there. Maybe a teaspoon or so. A little bit of onion powder. Not too much. And Kiki has this recipe, if you guys want to follow hers, because I just kind of wing it. Now she adds in the dried parsley at the end. I just go ahead and blend it. I think the parsley is what gives it the ranch kind of look. So I add like a tablespoon of parsley, and then I'm gonna use about a tablespoon of dried dill. And you're like, all these abouts are gonna drive me nuts. That's kind of how I cook over here. So now we're just gonna blend it. Just the way I like it, okay? So I just honestly kind of tweak it till it tastes how I want to. You don't have to use soaked cashews, but it does make it, in my opinion, easier to blend. It makes it creamier and not so gritty. It can get gritty really quickly. So I'm just pouring it again into a jar. And then again, I'm gonna use this throughout the week. Pop it in the fridge. Okay, so next thing we're gonna make is cashew sour cream. And I'm gonna make less of this because we don't eat as much. Now these cashews I forgot to soak, so I'm just soaking them in some warm water. They've been like this for about 20-30 minutes, so it'll be fine. So they're just a little bit soft, which is good. So this is a 1/2 cup of soaked raw cashews. Not soaked, like I said, near as long as I did the other. Now this is Hannah's recipe and I'm loosely following it. You need juice of 1/2 lemon. I already had these lemons cut, so we're just gonna go with these little pieces I have in here. Now make sure you don't get the seeds because the seeds will make this really bitter. Okay, so 1/2 lemon. Now you can use water or plant milk for this, I think. So I'm gonna go with plant milk because again, I really just like the West soy. I'm gonna start with 1/2 cup and see where we're at. Because this you want to be thick, because this we're making cashew sour cream, not ranch. And then you're gonna add, if I can open it, about a teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. So I'm gonna use the cap here and just put a little bit. Okay, and then we're gonna add a little salt. All right, we're gonna blend this up. So now I just have a little container. Look how smooth and creamy that is. And this is going to harden just a bit, or thicken, excuse me, a little bit in the fridge. Not too much, but the fat in the cashews will kind of solidify a little bit more. So if you're like, that's a little thin for sour cream, it'd be all right. I think soaking cashews is kind of essential in making like dressings and dips and sauces like this, because it just helps it be so much more smooth as opposed to, like I said before, kind of gritty is what can happen. You can use, you know, unsoaked cashews, but the texture I think just won't be there. Okay, so look how smooth, if it'll focus, this is. Look at that. Looks so good. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this in an airtight container and pop it in the fridge. I want to show you guys, I did make some salsa yesterday. I had some tomatoes that were going bad, so I made some salsa. This is just some tomatoes, salt, pepper, a lot of lime juice, garlic powder, red onion, tiny bit of cilantro, and some jalapenos. So this stuff is bomb. Okay, so next up are blender pancakes. These are super easy. Now you can make these like buttermilk blender pancakes by putting some vinegar in some plant milk and letting it sit, and you can do that instead. But we're gonna take these away out. So what you need is some really ripe bananas. These are a little bit overripe, I'm not gonna lie. So this is also Hannah's recipe. Again, I kind of loosely do it. Wow, this is a overripe banana. But the riper they are, the sweeter they are. So you're just gonna put your bananas in the blender. And I'm actually gonna go ahead and start by blending the bananas with a little bit of water first, just to get this moving here. So that's a little over a cup of water. So for this, we're gonna need about 3 cups of oats. I don't know if it's gonna actually fit in here. We're gonna find out. Let's see. Okay, we're also gonna need to add to this some salt and some baking powder, and my husband likes cinnamon, so we're gonna add a little bit of that as well. And like I said, I'm getting this preheated, which is essential. Some cinnamon. Okay. What I do is I get just like a baking tray, and when I make the pancakes, I put them on there when they're done. This got a little too warm. Okay, so once I got my pancake batter, and like I said, I just let it sit for just a couple of minutes because it's gonna thicken. Okay, all right, so I'm just gonna start pouring. Whoa, that was a big pancake. All right, just wanted to show you guys how fluffy these pancakes are. So I got that stuck, got these, and we're almost ready. Also, while some other stuff is going, I just cut a lemon and a lime, and I like to have these quarters in the fridge in a reusable baggie, and that way, when I need citrus, it's ready. Okay, so for my breakfast, I'm just having some broccoli with lemon juice and salt. I'm gonna have some of these steamed potatoes with Tony Chachere's salt and lime juice and a yellow tomato. Gonna go ahead and eat this, then I'm gonna go to Sam's and get the rest of my groceries. Hello, we are back from Sam's. Okay, so got a little more meal prep to do. Pancakes are cold. I had them actually in the fridge so my dogs wouldn't eat them while I went to Sam's. And what I do with the pancakes is I put them in a freezer baggie. Yes, I use plastic bags occasionally. I actually do reuse these though. So you want these to cool or else they'll really stick together, like really bad in the freezer because of condensation and all that stuff. It'll make some ice crystals and they'll stick. So just gonna put all these in the baggie. And then sometimes I'll label these, but I usually stack them, so my husband just goes for the stack that's on top, the bag that's on top. Okay, so pancakes are made. Next, I've got another batch of potatoes going because I did get 10 pounds of potatoes. Next, I'm going to use my rice cooker here, and we're going to get that rice going. I keep my rice in this big jar. Look how pretty it is. I love this jar. So This is a rice cooker, so you don't have to use like the 2-to-1 ratio. So for this rice, we're gonna do 1.5 cups of rice. Is that a cup and a half? Yes. 1.5 cups of rice. I'm gonna do 1.5 cups of water as well. And then the salsa will have some liquid, but that's okay. So 1-to-1, rice and water. I like mine kind of tangy, so I'm gonna actually use a whole one. And you can use, I've got that fresh homemade salsa. That'd be good in this, but I'm not gonna use that. I'm just gonna use the store-bought one. So I'm gonna add the juice of a lime. Also, I have 1,000,000 limes. So I need to use the, okay. And I just use a fork sometimes because I don't feel like getting my juicer thing out. Mix that around. We're gonna add some salsa to this. Like I said, this has liquid, but I'm not really that worried about it. I am gonna use a fork though and try to kind of scoop more of the tomato bit out. I don't mind the extra liquid in here because I prefer my rice to be not super dry, and this rice cooker can dry it out really quickly. I'm also gonna use a little bit of this vegan chickenless seasoning, mostly for salt content that's in it. It's also got other good seasonings in it. So it's salt, onion powder, spices, turmeric, and garlic powder. I'm gonna add a little bit of coriander. You can also do chili powder in this, but I'm gonna do just a sprinkle of coriander and then a little cumin. And you're like, wow, that's a lot. Not really. It's fine. And I'm just gonna stir this all around. Okay, and I'm just going to put this on the cook setting. Okay, next thing I want to show you guys. Let me get a cup here. So I'm just gonna get a coffee mug. And I'm gonna take, I'm not gonna lie, this is my old Chick-fil-A one. When I used to be a director at Chick-fil-A, way back in the day. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys how to keep asparagus fresh in your fridge. So all asparagus, never cut the ends. They all break at some point. Some a little farther down. See, that one's a little longer. So what you're gonna do, and you can rinse the tops off now or later, you're gonna go ahead and just break the woody ends off. Try to get them all touching the bottom if you can help it. You're just gonna put like 1/4 to 1/2 inch of water in here and put this in the fridge. Okay, so I have got my rice done. It looks and smells so good. So what I'm gonna do is just put it in a glass container. And when we go to have our burrito bowls or whatever this week, we have our rice already cooked and ready to go. So now I'm gonna show you the fridge and everything that we've prepped and just kind of take a look and see what we have for the week. Okay, so here's a look into the fridge. So of course we have some sparkling water. We have, this is about 10 pounds of potatoes, just gold potatoes that are steamed and cooled. We have our rice that we just made. We have 2 things of broccoli that were already cut that I need to use soon. Some salsa that didn't fit in these, and then this is some condiments from when we went out to eat. We have our ranch, our strawberry vinaigrette. This is some pasta sauce that's left over. We have our asparagus, our pickles, our salsa that, like I said, I'd already made, some cashew sour cream. I have a full container of spring mix and then a almost full one. So we have a lot of lettuce to eat for sure. In here I have lots of baby squash that I need to cook soon before they go bad. Brussels sprouts, a head of iceberg lettuce. There are some bell peppers and carrots and zucchini in there as well. In here I have some of the apples that I purchased, some strawberries, lemons, limes, and then in here I have 2 ears of corn that were left over from like a week ago. I have the mushrooms that we're going to use, and then this is going to be for a special meal next week or 2. So that is everything ready for the week. And then over here, I have lots of tomatoes up top, a couple avocados. I only have 2 total for the week. And then I have some peaches and apples and some bananas. And then there was this bread that was on sale, and it's from a local bakery. So I'm just gonna go ahead and have like 2 slices of this with some fruit for my lunch. Or maybe a salad. We'll do a salad. Okay, so for my lunch, I just have some spring mix with a mix of the ranch and strawberry dressings. And then I just have 2 slices of that bread and some jarred pasta sauce that I'm gonna dip it in. Okay, and for a snack, I'm gonna be having 2 peaches and an apple. So the first thing we're having for dinner is gonna be a salad. Then we're gonna have roasted squash and some air fried potatoes with our ranch and strawberry. Okay, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell notifications down below so you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.